Have you ever wondered why some relationships, dreams, and passions fade while others keep glowing brighter with time? The truth is, sparks don't just disappear. They die when we stop feeding them back. And the secret isn't in grand gestures or fleeting intensity. It's in the choices we make every single day. If you've ever felt your fire dimming, stay with me. Because in the next few minutes back, you'll discover how to keep your spark alive for a lifetime. Welcome to Connected Souls. I'm Leila Hormozi, here to help you heal, grow, and thrive in love. The spark that we so often talk about in love, in life, back, or in passion is not something that arrives magically from outside of us. It is a flame that begins within, a light that is lit in the depths of our own spirit, shaped by the way we see ourselves, treat ourselves, back, and honor our own growth. Too often we believe that fulfillment is dependent on another person, a new opportunity, or external validation. But the truth is that when you radiate energy, confidence, and self-love, the spark naturally spreads to everything around you. The most magnetic people are not those who chase light, but those who create it from within. Your inner spark fuels your connections, your dreams, and your ability to inspire others. When you nurture yourself, you make space for passion to thrive. This is why the journey always begins inward before it can ever expand outward. To understand this, think of how a fire burns. It does not stay alive by accident. It requires fuel, oxygen, and care. The same is true for the spark inside of you. It cannot be sustained if you neglect it. When you invest in your own growth through learning, reflection, and challenges, you give your spirit the fuel it needs to stay vibrant. Take it back. People who forget this often feel drained because they try to take energy from others instead of cultivating their own. That inner emptiness makes it harder to keep relationships, goals, or dreams alive because the spark simply isn't there. But when you prioritize your energy, you radiate warmth and passion naturally. Every interaction feels more alive. Every moment feels more meaningful. And the spark remains present because it is anchored in you. One of the most powerful ways to keep your spark alive is through self-awareness. When you know who you are, what you value, and what excites you, you stop living reactively. You become intentional in how you show up, which makes your presence magnetic. Self-awareness helps you notice when your energy is low and when you need to recharge. It prevents you from losing yourself in others or sacrificing your inner fire to keep someone else warm. Many people think keeping the spark alive means giving more to others, but it begins by giving to yourself first. Self-awareness allows you to stay connected to your essence, and when you protect that essence, you create a spark that cannot easily be extinguished. It shines brighter because it is rooted in truth and clarity. Another key to keeping your spark alive is practicing self-love. This does not mean being selfish or ignoring others. It means treating yourself with the same kindness and respect you hope to receive. When you honor your own worth, you naturally elevate the way you engage with the world. You stop begging for approval and instead start radiating confidence, which keeps passion alive in every area of life. Self-love is not just about affirmations or positive talk. It is about setting boundaries, pursuing dreams that excite you, and surrounding yourself with people who uplift you. The spark you carry grows stronger when you stop dimming your light for the comfort of others. It is a daily commitment to recognize that you are worthy of joy, growth, and fulfillment and that recognition sustains your energy through every challenge. Growth is another powerful fuel for the spark within. Stagnation is the enemy of passion because nothing thrives when it stays the same for too long. When you commit to personal growth, whether through learning new experiences or facing challenges, you feed the fire inside of you. Growth is uncomfortable at times, but that discomfort is proof that you are expanding. Every step forward makes you stronger, more resilient, and more capable of keeping your energy alive. The spark does not survive in comfort zones. It survives in motion. When you push yourself to evolve, you feel more alive because your inner flame is constantly being reignited by new possibilities. That forward movement ensures your passion never burns out. The way you care for your body and mind also determines how long your spark lasts. Neglecting your health, your rest, or your peace of mind will eventually dim your energy, no matter how strong your passion feels. A spark cannot survive without proper fuel, and your fuel comes from the way you treat yourself daily. Exercise, sleep, nutrition, and mindfulness are not just routines. They are investments in your vitality. The more you respect your body and mind, the more energy you will have to pour into your relationships, your goals, and your dreams. A tired soul cannot shine brightly, but a nourished soul becomes unstoppable. This is why taking care of yourself is not selfish. It is necessary to keep the fire alive. The spark within you also depends on the company you keep. If you surround yourself with people who drain your energy, criticize your growth, or dim your light, it will be harder to stay alive with passion. But if you choose to build your circle with people who inspire you, challenge you, and celebrate your wins, your spark grows stronger. Energy is contagious, and the people around you either fan your flame or suffocate it. Protecting your spark means being intentional about your environment. The right people do not just keep your fire alive, they remind you of how brightly you can shine. This is why your relationships play such a crucial role in sustaining your inner energy. Your spark also requires purpose. When you live without a sense of direction or meaning, your days can feel empty and repetitive. But when you align yourself with a purpose that excites you, every action becomes fuel for your fire. Back. Purpose does not always have to be something massive. It can be as simple as creating joy, helping others, or mastering your craft. What matters is that it gives your life momentum and passion. Purpose transforms ordinary routines into meaningful rituals. It makes you wake up with energy, and it keeps the spark alive even when challenges come. Without purpose, the flame flickers. With purpose, it burns endlessly. Another way to nurture the spark is through gratitude. When you learn to appreciate where you are, what you have, and the people around you, your energy expands. Gratitude shifts your focus from what is lacking to what is abundant, and this shift creates joy that fuels your inner flame. People who live with gratitude radiate positivity, and that positivity keeps the spark alive even in difficult seasons. Gratitude does not ignore challenges. It simply reminds you that even in struggle, there is light to be found. When you practice gratitude daily, you give your spark a reason to keep burning. It grows stronger because it is nourished by appreciation, and appreciation is one of the purest forms of energy. Finally, the spark inside you thrives when you remain authentic. Pretending to be someone else, chasing approval, or living by other people's expectations eventually exhausts you. Authenticity, on the other hand, is energizing. When you live in alignment with your values, your desires, and your truth, your spark remains strong because it is not forced. Authenticity allows you to shine without fear of judgment, and that freedom keeps your fire alive. It gives you confidence to embrace your uniqueness and share it with the world. The more authentic you are, the brighter your spark becomes. And when your spark shines brightly, it naturally inspires others to keep theirs alive too. In a world that glorifies intensity, big gestures, sudden transformations, overnight success, it's easy to forget that the real magic lies in consistency. The spark that keeps love alive, passion burning, and goals within reach is not created by rare explosions of effort. It is built through small, steady actions repeated day after day. Intensity may start the fire, but only consistency keeps it burning. Grand moments are exciting, but they fade quickly if not followed by regular care. What truly sustains a connection, a dream, or a habit is the commitment to show up even when it's not glamorous. Consistency builds trust, and trust is what allows the spark to grow instead of fizzle out. Think about any meaningful relationship in your life. It wasn't kept alive by occasional dramatic gestures. It was sustained by regular check-ins, kind words, and reliable presence. The same is true for your personal goals or passions. Skipping between bursts of effort and long pauses will always lead to frustration, but choosing to show up daily, even in small ways, creates momentum. That steady rhythm becomes the heartbeat of your spark. You may not always feel inspired, but consistency doesn't rely on emotion, it relies on discipline. And discipline is what allows the spark to survive the ups and downs of life. Consistency is powerful because it creates habits, and habits become automatic fuel for the spark. When something becomes a part of your routine, it no longer requires constant motivation. It simply happens. That is why consistent effort leads to lasting results. When you commit to showing up regularly, you build momentum that makes the spark easier to sustain. You no longer rely on external motivation or emotional highs. Your actions become rooted in who you are. Over time, this creates a solid foundation that can withstand challenges, distractions, and doubt. The spark stays alive because you've built a system to protect it. One of the most overlooked benefits of consistency is the trust it builds, both with yourself and with others. When you consistently show up for yourself, you start believing in your own abilities. You begin to trust that you will keep your promises and follow through on your goals. That self-trust is incredibly powerful because it eliminates the inner conflict that often drains your energy. But when others see your consistent effort, they also begin to trust you more deeply. Whether it's in relationships, work, or personal pursuits, consistency communicates reliability. It tells the world that your spark isn't a fleeting flame, it's a steady light that can be counted on. Consistency also allows you to improve over time. Intensity may produce fast results, but those results are often unsustainable. Consistency, on the other hand, gives you space to learn, grow, and refine your approach. Every time you show up, you gain a little more experience. That gradual improvement builds confidence and skill, which in turn strengthens your spark. You stop fearing failure because you know you can keep going no matter what. The journey becomes less about perfection and more about persistence. That mindset shift is what allows your passion to last for the long term. Another reason consistency matters is because it builds resilience. Life will always bring challenges, distractions, and unexpected events. If your spark depends on perfect conditions, it won't last. But if it's fueled by consistent action, it becomes much harder to extinguish. Even when things get tough, you can fall back on your routines and habits. Those consistent practices act like anchors, keeping you steady when everything else feels uncertain. That stability keeps your energy alive and helps you bounce back faster from setbacks. Consistency doesn't prevent struggle, but it makes you stronger in the face of it. It's important to remember that consistency doesn't mean doing everything perfectly every day. It means showing up in some capacity, even when you don't feel like it. Some days your spark will burn brightly, take it back, and other days it might be a quiet glow. Both are valuable as long as you keep the flame alive. Consistency allows you to honor your energy levels while still staying committed to your goals. Teaches you that progress is not about speed, but about direction. Every small step you take compounds over time, and those steps are what keep the spark from fading. Consistency is also what turns intentions into identity. When you consistently act in alignment with your values and goals, you start to become the person you want to be. It's no longer about trying to keep the spark alive. It becomes a natural part of who you are. That identity shift is powerful because it no longer feels like effort. It feels like expression. You show up consistently not because you have to, but because it reflects your true self. That authenticity strengthens your spark and makes it more sustainable. It becomes less about chasing energy and more about embodying it. In the fast-paced world we live in, it's easy to get caught up in the desire for quick results. But the truth is that anything worth having takes time. Whether it's building a strong relationship, developing a skill, or pursuing a dream, the spark you're chasing will only last if you nurture it consistently. Quick fixes and shortcuts might give you temporary excitement, but they don't create lasting fulfillment. What truly makes a difference is your ability to stay the course even when the excitement wears off. That steady commitment is what allows your spark to grow stronger over time. Lastly, consistency gives you a sense of control in a world full of uncertainty. While you can't always predict outcomes, you can control how often you show up. That control gives you confidence and peace of mind. You no longer feel like you're at the mercy of circumstances because you know your effort will eventually lead to results. Take it back. That mindset shift empowers you to keep your spark alive even when things don't go as planned. Consistency becomes your anchor, your guide, and your source of strength. It keeps you grounded and focused, allowing your energy to remain steady no matter what life throws your way. The spark in any relationship or pursuit is not sustained by standing still. It is sustained by growth. When two people, or even you and your goals, evolve together, the bond deepens rather than weakens. Growth keeps life exciting because it prevents stagnation and monotony from taking over. When you choose to grow together, challenges turn into opportunities for learning rather than reasons for distance. Every difficulty becomes a chance to strengthen the foundation rather than crack it. Growth ensures that the spark does not fade with time, but instead transforms into something deeper and stronger. Without growth, even the brightest flame eventually dims. But with growth, the spark expands and evolves into a fire that cannot easily be extinguished. To grow together means embracing change rather than fearing it. Life will never remain the same. Seasons shift, priorities evolve, and circumstances test your resilience. If you cling to the past or demand that things never change, the spark begins to suffocate. But when you adapt together, you keep the connection alive by allowing it to move with life's rhythm. Growth requires flexibility, patience, and a willingness to step outside comfort zones. It means letting go of the old version of yourself to make space for the new one. That process can be uncomfortable, but it is also where the deepest transformations happen. When you accept change together, you keep the spark alive by moving in harmony with life. Growth together also requires intentional communication. Without communication, misunderstandings grow into distance, and distance eventually kills the spark. When you share your thoughts, dreams, and struggles openly, you create space for connection to flourish. Communication is not only about speaking, but also about listening with empathy. It means respecting differences and finding ways to support each other's individual journeys while still walking the shared path. Growth does not mean you must always agree, but it does mean you must always stay connected through understanding. The spark is kept alive when both sides feel seen, heard, and valued in their evolution. Another essential element of growing together is celebrating progress, no matter how small. Too often people wait for major milestones before they acknowledge growth. But is the little victories that keep the spark alive daily. A kind word, recognition of effort, or acknowledgement of change can reignite energy in powerful ways. When growth is celebrated, it motivates further progress instead of leaving it unnoticed. Without recognition, effort feels invisible and the spark begins to dim. Growth together means appreciating not just the destination, but the journey itself. Every step forward becomes fuel for the flame, and that fuel makes the fire stronger with time. Growing together also means supporting each other through setbacks. No one's journey is free from failure, disappointment, or struggle. When challenges come, the spark is tested the most. It is in those moments that true growth happens, not by avoiding difficulty, but by facing it together. Choosing to stand beside one another in hard times strengthens the bond and builds resilience. The spark is not extinguished by hardship. It is extinguished when hardship is faced alone. Growth requires patience and compassion because the way you handle the lows determines how much you can enjoy the highs. When you endure together, the spark transforms into unshakable strength. It's important to recognize that growing together does not mean losing individuality. Each person must still pursue their own passions, dreams, and self-development. The spark dies when one sacrifices everything while the other thrives. True growth honors individuality while building unity. It allows each person to shine in their own way while still contributing to the shared light. Independence and togetherness are not opposites. They are partners in growth. When each individual invests in themselves, the collective spark grows brighter. It is about becoming whole on your own, then choosing to grow even stronger as a team. Growth together also demands intentional effort to keep curiosity alive. Familiarity often leads to complacency, and complacency dims the spark back. But when you stay curious about each other, about your goals, and about new possibilities, the connection stays vibrant. Curiosity invites discovery, and discovery keeps the relationship or pursuit exciting. When you ask questions, explore new experiences, and challenge old patterns, you prevent life from becoming repetitive. The spark thrives on novelty, and novelty is born out of curiosity. Back. Growth together means you never stop learning about yourself, about each other, and about the world around you. Another dimension of growing together is creating shared goals. When you both move toward a common vision, get back, your energy aligns and the spark gains direction. Shared goals provide purpose, something bigger than either of you that fuels your connection. They give meaning to effort and make every challenge feel worthwhile. Back, whether the goals are big or small, the act of striving together strengthens the flame. When you can look back and see what you've built as a team, the spark evolves into pride and fulfillment. At back, growth is not only about better individuals, but also about building something greater together. Trust is also a cornerstone of growth. Without trust, the spark cannot survive back because insecurity and doubt suffocate it. Trust grows when promises are kept, when honesty is practiced, and when reliability becomes a habit. Growth together requires creating a safe space where both feel secure to evolve without fear of judgment. When trust is strong, the spark flourishes because it is rooted in stability. Trust allows you to take risks. Back, try new things, and step into the unknown together. It assures you that no matter how much life changes, the connection remains dependable. That certainty is the soil where growth can take root. Ultimately, back, growing together ensures that the spark matures into something deeper than fleeting passion. It transforms excitement into stability, desire into devotion, and connection into purpose. Back, the spark may begin as something small and fragile, but with growth, it becomes enduring and powerful. Life is too unpredictable to remain stagnant, and without growth, even the strongest beginnings fade back. But when you choose to evolve side by side, you ensure that the spark not only survives, but thrives. Growth together turns love into legacy, dreams into reality, and challenges into triumphs back. The flame that grows with you will not only keep burning, it will illuminate the path ahead for years to come. If this touched your heart, don't forget to subscribe and join our soul family.